Alright, so now we're going to add some bones to this. And to start out with, we're just going to go in and add an armature single bone. You have to be in object mode in order for this to work. So we go armature, single bone. Then we take this bone and line it up right about here. The reason why we put it here is because of the skeleton that we're going to create is also going to go into the Unity game engine. So we have to have this as a game logic bone. This is root, but in most cases root extends off to the floor to keep the character from falling out of the world. So better to keep it right here, because most game engines are like that. We can always extend it out. Let's go to edit mode. Just move that up. And then we're going to go E on the keyboard, right click, and then move up. Then I'm also going to go up here to make sure the x-axis mirror is on, so I can go like this. Shift E, right click, move. Shift E, right click, move. Okay, Shift E, right click, move. Now we're going to jump into our side view, and I'm going to place this right here in the ankle. Okay. Shift E, right click, move. I'm going to put that one right about here. Shift E, right click, move. There we go. Now let's concentrate on the spine. Again, 1 on the number pad to get locked into one position. This time just E on the keyboard. E, right click, move. E, right click, move. E, right click, move. E, right click, move. Perfect. So far this is what I have. Okay. Now, click on this bone. This one's a Shift E. Notice that anytime I'm using both right and left, that's a Shift. And whenever I'm doing like a spine or a single chain, that's E. So Shift E would be symmetrical. Shift E, right click, move. I'm going to put a bone right here, then go Shift E, right click, move, put a bone here. Okay, let's move this bone up just a little bit like that. There we go. Grab a hold of this one again. Shift E, right click, move. Put this in the arm. Shift E, right click, move. Shift E, right click, move. See, that wasn't so hard. If I want to adjust this entire bone structure, I want to make sure that these remain straight. So what I'm going to do here is grab all 3 of these and move them down. Okay. Well, now you just have to clean up the bone structure. 1 in here under bones. See where it says roll 180? We want 0. So for each one of these bones, except for root, we have to do that. Root already has a natural 0. See? But all others have 180 degrees. Why? It's just one of those blender things. And you'll find some bones have it, some bones do not. And here's a fast way to do it. If you click on it, we could right click reset default value. And notice it affects both of these just about. And if I went to x-axis mirror, you'll find that it will not put the negative in there, which is important. So each one of the bones has to be cleaned up individually. It cannot be a symmetrical thing. And another thing is people ask are, can you do it all at once? Like, can you highlight many bones at the same time? And the answer is no, you cannot. And just triple check every bone, make sure there's no roll. The reason we're doing this is because it will affect any kind of rigging that we might put in later. And these have some crazy rolls on them because of me moving them just a little bit. All right. Now, before we go on to the next video, I also want to get into this video with you naming the bones. So that's what you're going to be doing. This was, and as I said before, it doesn't really matter what your naming convention is, but you have to keep with some kind of idea that you're going to be skinning these. So left thigh or L thigh, it doesn't matter how you do that. L underscore thigh, maybe. Just as long as each bone is named properly. So that's your next objective, is to go in and name each one of these bones. And if you make a mistake or something like that, it doesn't really matter too much as long as you know which bone that is named. So naming them the same that I do is just a little bit too retentive for my purposes here. So I'm going to let you name them, and then meet me back in the next video.